Sponsored by Pizza Boat. Now open in Queens Court on West Bay Road. Pick up or delivery. Call 949,000 or order online at www.pizzaboat.ky.
Sports Extra on a Tuesday, keeping you informed.
We have 10 seasons tonight.
Sports Extra Cayman Islands.
A young team full of talent, full of desire to do good things.
We've had some success with the outdoor league being restarted.
Good evening and welcome to Radio Cayman Sports Extra. A special thank you to Mr. Raymond Singh, who held down the fort for me while I was absent last week. Thank you so much, Ray. And we're continuing today, and we have some special guests in the studio with us. In our first segment, we'll hear from Little League, right? So we have Little League coach Bill Souza in the studio with us.
Yes.
How are you?
I'm doing good, Dionne. Thanks for having us.
Of course, anytime. And we have some youngsters in the studio with us. They're players, national players. Kean McLean, yes, you're national players. You represented the country. Kean McLean, Elvis Ebanks, and Michael Souza. Right? All right, sounds good. So you guys took the under 12 or 12 and under baseball team to the Babe Ruth Caribbean Championships, which was held in Bahamas last week.
Correct, yeah. It was our second year going to the tournament. Had their inaugural last year. So we were very happy to be a part of it again. Okay. Especially, these guys got to go with us both years, so it's nice having the experience on the roster as well.
Awesome. So I can't wait to hear all about it when we get back from our break. However, in the second segment, we will be chatting with the technical director for the Mustang Track and Field Club, Coach Tyrone Yan. All right, so stay tuned for more Sports Extra in a minute.
All aboard the Pizza Boat! Cayman's newest pizzeria. Birthday parties, office luncheons, summer camps, game night. Whatever your occasion, bring the fun with Pizza Boat. And Cayman Twist to pizza. Bringing fusion ingredients from all over the globe to give you locally inspired fresh pizzas all day, every day. What's more, now you can enjoy a boat-shaped pizza with toppings of your choice. It's Pizza Boat. Pizza Boat, now open in Queens Court on West Bay Road. Pick up or delivery 949-0000 or order online www.pizzaboat.ky. Pizza Boat. Experience the ultimate pizza voyage.
For the Record is brought to you by the STEPS 2023 National Health Survey. Help the Ministry of Health and Wellness shape the future of Cayman's healthcare. Visit gov.ky/STEPS to learn more. Catch For the Record, your go-to source for informed discussions on policy, government initiatives, and issues that impact and concern the Cayman Islands. For the Record, airing Monday, Wednesday, and Friday mornings, 7:30 to 10 a.m.
Since 1993, Rotary Central has worked diligently each year to provide quality bus shelters to our community. A traveling convenience to our school children, the elderly, young people going to work, guest workers, and visitors using the public bus. We, Rotary Central, help you, our advertisers, make it happen. Your marketing dollar travels a far way, positioning your message, your product, your services, your presence in over 83 bus shelters. Every dollar you spend, every advert you place helps to build another bus shelter, providing modest comfort for Cayman travelers. Reserve space now on the only billboard medium in the Cayman Islands. Email rotaryshelters@gmail.com. rotaryshelters@gmail.com. The Bus Shelters, a partner in community convenience. Another inspiration program by Rotary Central Cayman Islands.
You are listening to Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands.
Alrighty, welcome back to Radio Cayman Sports Extra. Even though I introduced you guys before the break, I'll go around the table and you guys can tell us a little bit about yourselves. Your name and a little bit about yourself. Go right ahead. Let's start right here to my right.
Hi, my name is Elvis Ebanks.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Elvis.
I was born and raised in Cayman.
Mm-hmm.
I love to play many sports, but one sport I got attached to that stayed with me along my life was baseball. Okay. And I've been here ever since T-ball, and Coach Bill has been my coach from then.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Elvis?
Hi, my name is Michael Souza. I'm from California, and I moved to Cayman Islands when I was 4. Moved back and came back. Started playing baseball my whole life. Was around 2.
Okay.
And I've loved it ever since. Been playing outside in the backyard with my dad almost every day, and just loved it.
Your dad's the coach. Do you feel any sort of pressure when it comes to being the son of the coach?
Not really.
No? That's good. I could tell you my stories. Okay. Good for you.
Hi, my name is Keon McLean. I started to play baseball for a long time. I started off at T-ball. Coach Bill has been my coach for, I think, a pretty long time.
Yeah.
And I just love baseball.
And they're saying pretty long time, but how old are you guys? Well, you're under 12, right?
So I'm 13.
You're
12 and 13.
Yeah, I'm 12.
And you're 12. Okay, awesome. You'd think they're, 18, 19, the way they're talking, right? They're just kiddies. Alrighty, so you guys went to your second Babe Ruth tournament, right?
Ma'am.
The
Yes,
first
ma'am.
one was last year.
Yes, ma'am.
What was this year's experience like? Anyone can grab and go.
It was better.
Yeah?
We played better. We had a way better experience. We went up there to get 1 win. We came back with 2. And basically almost all of the teams thought we wouldn't make it to beat the championship team.
Okay.
And we didn't beat them, but we put up a good fight.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Okay. What made it better for you this year, you think?
How we played, our communication, and just everyone's joy to play
Everyone's
and to have
cooperation.
Fun.
Yeah. Okay, all right. And so you can chime in as well, Keon and Michael. Just tell me a little bit about your experience.
Me personally, this experience was a lot better than last year. I mean, last year we learned a lot, and this year we were able to understand more, and we knew what we were gonna be up against, so we knew how to attack it head on. And we, like Elvis said, we came out with 2 wins, and yeah, we had a better experience.
Okay. You want to say something, Michael?
Well, this year, especially to last year, we definitely had a lot more experience coming into the tournament, as we trained almost every day, every week, and especially during the summer, we had a lot more time on our hands, especially knowing, last year we barely had enough time to even train. So this year we had a lot more experience, especially with the people coming in from last year, knew what they were doing and what to expect, and we ended up doing good.
What's training like?
I mean, having, 2 military, 1, sometimes 2 military coaches. Sometimes it's hard, especially when they do the workout stuff, conditioning. But overall, it's fun having the coaches like that.
Conditioning is the hardest part of practice, but then when you play your game, you see the results and you see the reason why coach has you preparing the way he does, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Coach, talk to me about what you thought of the kids' performance at the Babe Ruth.
It was amazing. I think I'll speak a little differently. I had a similar experience last year. I was very proud of them last year. We didn't go in expecting to win games. It was about the experience, and it paid off, as they're all saying right now, just knowing what they were expecting coming in. But as a coaching staff, and not just myself, Coach Caracello and Coach Plaza that took the team with me to the Bahamas, but we also had a number of coaches help out throughout the training. Also, their Little League coaches were coaching them throughout, and it's a pretty special group. I think Keon and Elvis have already both added that I've been coaching them since T-ball.
Yes.
So it's a pretty special group, especially to me, because I've known them all since they were 4 or 5 years old, been coaching with them, against them in different lights. So it's been very amazing to watch them grow up and come together as a team. And I really wish we had our game against the Netherlands on video to share with everybody here, because that was the months, the hours, the days, the weeks of training that these kids put in all came together in that one game. Yeah. And it was, looking through videos, I've tried to look, at the three or four coaches that were with us, and were we more excited at the end of the game than they were? And I think the answer to that question is yes, at least in the videos. Like some of them, it was like they expected it even more than anybody else did. But it's been a joy watching them grow up, not just as far as developing as baseball players, but also as young men.
Okay. And how many games did they play overall?
We played 5 games.
5 games and you won 2.
This tournament, yeah. So we ended up going 2 and 3. The last game that we played, we had qualified to enter the playoffs.
Right.
And we ended up losing to Aruba, who ended up being the eventual champions of the tournament.
Which was same thing happened last year, I believe. Whoever you lost to ended up being the champion.
Yeah, last year the host team Bahamas had won. We had lost to them. So yeah, it's good. And like we're trying to tell these guys, I think they actually put up more runs than any other team against Aruba. So those confidence builders and those positive things to still look at.
Of course. And what other countries were there apart from Cayman and Bahamas, of course?
Curacao.
Aruba.
Yep.
Curacao, Bahamas, USA,
U12.
Netherlands, and many more.
Jamaica.
Okay, so you played against all, or you had you all in a particular division?
So they had us separated into 2 pools.
Okay.
There was 9 teams in our bracket. So we initially were set up with Bahamas, Jamaica, Netherlands,
and us.
I feel like there was one team I'm forgetting.
No, because it's 5.
Cuba.
5 teams.
Oh, Cuba. Yes, Cuba was there. That was the other team.
Okay. And who do you guys feel you played the best against?
Netherlands.
Like Netherlands. Is that the team you beat?
Yes, ma'am.
And Jamaica.
And you beat Jamaica as well?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, nice. I like that. So what is it about that Aruba team? Anyone can answer.
They just have fire in them. They definitely played their best and ended up winning the tournament. Like one night, their coach came up to Coach Bill and wanted us to come watch their game against Cuba and said, "We're gonna beat Cuba," and they ended up doing it and won the whole tournament.
That's okay. Coach, you want to add to that?
Yeah, I think trying to look in comparison. Obviously, I'm very fond of our team and the boys on our team, but I think getting to know the Aruba players, like I would compare them to our guys. I think they probably have more experience because Aruba is a very big baseball country. They do produce major leaguers on a regular basis, but they were just very nice young men. We ended up hanging out with them. We struck a relationship with them last year because their team was across the hall from us, so we got to know the coaches and the team.
Players, yeah.
So you had same thing with us. You had a few players that were back, but that was part of the whole experience, was kind of building those friendships and relationships with our Caribbean neighbors, and things that I hope still to grow. Like I was just telling Michael earlier today that I'm still in talks with the Jamaica coaches about trying to get them out here, or us going out to continue and help each other develop together.
Exactly. So apart from these 3, the rest of the team, did they represent last year as well? Or you had a big change this year?
Some of them.
So we had it was 14 players on the team. We had 5 from last year that aged out. So we had five kids that were new to the team and going to the Bahamas. And they were all great additions. Like I definitely missed the 5 that aged out. I would have loved to have been able to take them back again. But the 5 that we had certainly, turned up for us, trained hard.
They're definitely aging out for next year. You are.
I'm not.
Elvis and Keon are aging out for the 12U portion, yes.
Okay.
But we are looking at expanding and probably taking a 16U team with us next year as well. So.
Okay, so there are other tournaments. They're on U16.
Yeah, just with the Bahamas itself, and there's also many other opportunities out there, especially being so close to Florida.
Of course.
Florida's a big baseball state in the U.S., and that was all part of it. I didn't like doing it to these guys last year because it put a little weight on their shoulders, but you guys are the first in a couple decades that have traveled off for baseball. So it's not just going for your experience, but we're actually going to help the program develop and give this opportunity to those players that are younger than you guys too. So it's a little bit more responsibility than just what's going out on the field and how much work they're putting in there. But just like they did last year, they nailed it again. We got so many compliments from the guests at the hotel and some of the staff as far as how respectful they are. And, as coaches, as much as we like to see the W's, it's that kind of stuff that really means a little bit more, because we're not just teaching sports and coaching baseball. We're trying to
raise
instill,
men. Good.
Exactly.
Yeah. good men and young ladies.
Yeah, with
right?
some pretty strong arms.
Yeah.
We did a lot of push-ups during training.
What did you all learn from this tournament, you think? Let's start here. Yeah, go ahead. Or if you can jump in.
Yeah. So there's definitely...
He's always ready.
It's definitely more competition than just here in Cayman Islands with 56 people in our divisions going up more. And there's definitely better competition up there in the Bahamas, especially with the other teams. They're looking to get better. They have gotten better. And yeah.
Anyone else? What was your favorite thing about this tournament? Apart from the winning, what did you like more? What did you enjoy most about the trip?
To play against other people that we've never experienced playing against, like people out of Cayman, like out of our division, to go against other countries that have played against really good people.
Yeah,
I enjoyed seeing what the other teams brought and how we were, even if we lost, just having a good experience and knowing that we put out our best and it was fun battling them.
I like that. I like to hear that.
Definitely seeing that there's way better competition out there than anywhere in the world. And just seeing that it's not just a bunch of kids who've been growing up all together playing baseball since they love it so much. It's a whole it's an actual sport that a lot of people play and are really good at. Just playing against that better competition.
And what I love is that you guys have started from such a very young age, right? So you've learned the basics. You're getting the basics at a very young age. So as you get older and you grow with the sport, you become better, not just skillfully, but mentally as well.
Yes,
mentally prepared for the game, right? It's not about just being talented. It's about knowing the sport, right? From the front of your hand to the back of it, right? So that's really good that you all are getting this opportunity to go out there and compete. Yeah, you'd say?
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Yeah, I think one thing I've tried to stress with them, just the magnitude of it, just like you said right here when you were introducing them, is you said national players. And you looked at all of them and said, that's right, you guys are national players. I played baseball through college, never got to wear a country across my chest. Like I wore a city, maybe half of a state. But, I've never got to be representing a country.
So
that's
blessed
huge.
here. That's one thing I love about the Cayman Islands, how blessed we are as athletes to get a jersey, to put on a jersey and represent your country. It means a lot. There are a lot of countries, like if I was living in the States, I don't think I would have gotten that opportunity because I am not the greatest basketball player out there. There's someone that's way better. But because we're such a small community, we get that experience, so we have to take advantage of it. So now that you've went to that tournament and now that you come back home, my question is how many of you here are willing to take this sport to the next level? Is that something you're looking at this very young age?
Yes,
ma'am.
Yeah. So now what do you do as you come back home?
Train more.
Yeah. You take training to the next level because now you've seen what the competition is like abroad.
Put in a lot more effort.
And that's what these kids do, right? These kids, Cuba, they're hungry. They want to get out of Cuba, right?
Yeah.
What happened to our kids? We're so comfortable here as well. Sometimes that's what happens, where we're so comfortable at home. We don't really want to get out as bad as the next athlete from that country that's impoverished and want to get out. So we have to prove to them that we want to get out too. We want to experience the world and we want to capitalize on our talents. Yeah? Okay,
Yep.
That sounds good. How do you go about selecting a national squad coach?
That's a very good question. I think Michael had mentioned, as far as their age group, we had 56 kids in the Little League that fit with the U12 ages. So both years we started out with, we did a 2-day tryout. It was just mandatory that a child at least attend one of the days, suggested to attend both if you can. And then from there, just with coaches, we do evaluations as we're watching, throwing motions, those basics that you were talking about, where's the foundation? And then as coaches, you also look for the challenge. What, is there something there athletically that we know we can still instill, baseball skills into? We can't teach speed. There's a lot of things that you can't necessarily just say, hey, you're going to be fast now and we're going to work with that. So we looked at a lot of different avenues. Thankfully, like I said, I've known most of these kids since they were in pre-K when they started off with T-ball. So we have kind of an idea of their strengths, their weaknesses, their limitations, what we would like them to improve on. So it was a joy getting to work with them. Like I said, this is a very special group for me because I have had them since they were
kids,
since they were 4 and 5 years old.
Still
so
kids.
It's very nice to have this opportunity. I almost thank them for bringing me along with them.
Yeah, understood totally. Well, if you're listening via radio, you can't see. But if you're watching from YouTube, you can see the uniforms that they're wearing, the wonderful colors. Were there any sponsors involved to get the uniforms and to get you guys off to the Bahamas?
Not this time around, no. Yeah. We budgeted it for ourselves within the Little League.
Nice.
So it's I do have to say thank you to everyone in the Bahamas because that's, as far as the Bahamian government, the staff, everyone that put on the tournament, the government in the Bahamas subsidized the tournament quite a bit.
Yeah.
It's like you said, some of the other countries, your Cubas, like the Dominican Republic wasn't able to come out again for the second year because they weren't able to secure flights. So they made it very, very affordable for us to come out. It was a registration fee that not only covered us playing, but also covered our hotel accommodations, food, transportation.
Good stuff.
So it was an inexpensive trip in that sense, as far as, I think getting the jerseys ended up costing more than it did to go to the tournament and play.
Okay.
So we had our families covered flights outside of that, so there was a little bit of investment from parents for all of us to go. And then as we look forward, it's going to be probably looking into that and seeing what kind of support we can get from the community around us as we look to kind of grow our travel program and get these kids out and competing a little more.
Okay. So before we move on, Aruba placed first. Who came second and third?
Puerto Rico came second and we came third.
You guys came third.
Yes, ma'am.
Y'all should have led with that. Came third. See, All right, talk to me about camps. You have a summer camp coming up. Is it this week?
So we have 2 weeks of camp left. Yeah, we have our 5 and 8 year old camp this week, and then next week we have 9 to 12 year olds.
Okay, awesome.
So we usually do 4 to 6 weeks over the summer, just kind of depending on how the schedule works out for us. But again, trying to get the kids at a young age to start instilling some of those basics, those skills. It's also a good time for new kids to come out and know around the camp word. It's still fun. It's not fully just, we're not making them do push-ups and things like that. Like training for the T-ballers. But it's a good opportunity for families to try baseball out too and see if the kids like it. So they can come out for a week, get to know the coaches. Because that's, I'm very blessed that my job allows me to do what I love, because I run the Little League program as well.
Right.
And with one of our assistant coaches, Arvin Plaza was one of our coaches that went with us. He's my right-hand man as far as the league goes. So it's him and I out there with the kids.
Right.
And it's, it's sometimes as taxing as it can be in that sun, we both really enjoy doing it. And we look back at the coaches that we had that taught us the game, and we're just trying to give back and spread the game.
Where did you learn the game?
So I grew up in California. I started playing when I was 7 years old.
Okay.
I think I got involved just because 2 of my cousins were playing, so it wasn't anything that was on my radar, but I instantly fell in love with it. And, I tried basketball, tried American football, tried soccer, as we call it in the States, and nothing ever took. For me, it was always running back to baseball.
I know a few of these guys here don't just play baseball.
No.
No. You all play different sports. What sports do you play?
You want to start with this?
Every sport.
Yeah. Yeah.
I play football. Hoping to play flag.
Okay.
This year. I play baseball, and that's it.
Okay.
I used to do football. And I mostly do baseball and track and field.
Okay. Do you like track and field? I know you're very good at track and field. I've seen you there. Yeah, he's very good. Weren't you a champion boy?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Was it this year? Last year.
Last year
champion. Okay. Yeah. But they moved you up I think they moved the division up, so you end up running against all the bigger guys. Yeah.
He's challenging himself.
Several athletes go through that. Don't worry about that.
Just
find your
better.
place soon. All right. I wish you guys all the best. Good stuff. Is there any other tournament coming up for the little ones?
Yes. We haven't talked to them about it too much, but we're planning on going to a tournament in West Palm Beach at the end of October. It's called The World Comes to Palm Beach. It's
Okay.
actually a gentleman that used to work with the Florida Marlins office runs the tournament. He used to live here in the late 80s, early 90s, so he actually came and met with me a couple months ago when he was visiting and talked us into getting ready to come. His goal is to try and get a team at any age level from every country in the world, so it's got those similar goals of just trying to spread baseball wherever baseball wants to be spread and people want to learn the game. And so we thought it was a good opportunity to get these guys to the States, and so we'll probably be doing some other short tryouts and things like that just to see who we're going to take with us on the next trip and keep going from there. Hopefully keep developing and growing the program.
Awesome. What I'm going to do, Coach, I'm going to take a short break, and then when we come back, we can talk a little bit about the Little League itself. All
Sounds great.
So stay tuned. We'll be back with more Little League action.
I love Pizza Boat. It's yummy. It has my two favorite things combined, cheese and boats. Pizza Boat makes pizza way more fun.
Hop on board the Pizza Boat Express. Kids, now Pizza Boat makes pizza even more fun. Summer is here. Lunch or dinner, let Pizza Boat bring the fun. Pizza Boat, a Cayman twist to pizza, bringing fusion ingredients from all over the globe to give you locally inspired fresh pizzas all day, every day. Pizza Boat, now open in Queens Court on West Bay Road. Pick up or delivery 949-0000 or order online www.pizzaboat.ky.
System 1 loaded. For the record, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday mornings from 7:30 to 9:30, we interview the various government ministers, opposition, and Cayman Island legislators. For the record is brought to you by West Bay Pharmacy at Centennial Towers. Visit us today for fast, efficient, and professional service. Everything you need and the hours you need it at West Bay Pharmacy.
Hello, Cayman. If you have been chosen for the STEPS National Health Survey, thank you so much. But we still need your help. 1,000 more people need to participate in Step 3, the final step of the survey, to ensure that our data reflects the whole population of Cayman. We cannot do this without you. Help us shape Cayman's healthcare services. Say yes to Step 3. For more information, contact the STEPS team on 936-4969 or email mhwsteps@gov.ky.
You know, as a little girl, I dreamt of traveling to faraway places and foreign lands. I tell you what though, no more dreaming. This summer, I going flying with Cayman Airways. How blessed are we in the Cayman Islands to have a very own national airline. Girl, you can fly to so many international destinations without the hassle of connecting flights. On top of Jamaica, Cuba, and Honduras, you got non-stop flights from Cayman to New York, Miami, Tampa, and even Denver, Los Angeles, and now Panama. Going to be a little cafe con leche and Hollywood Squares for this old gal this summer.
Make your travel dreams come true with Cayman Airways, offering non-stop flights for non-stop adventures in Panama, LA, and many more places in between. For details and to book, call 949-2311, contact a travel agent, or visit CaymanAirways.com.
Satisfaction is guaranteed 24 hours a day, whether it's music or information.
From Grand Cayman to Cayman Brac to Little Cayman, we've got you covered.
You ever hear a thing like that?
Radio Cayman in the Cayman Islands.
Alrighty, welcome back to Radio Cayman Sports Extra. And we're still here with Little League coach Bill Souza, Keon McLean, Elvis Ebanks, and Michael Souza, national baseball players. Alright, so we're talking about baseball in the Cayman Islands, Little League. What we're going to talk about, yes, the Little League that's about to start, or when does that start?
We'll have fall training starting sometime in September.
Okay.
We haven't fully put the schedule together yet, but as far as our formal league, always starts in January, so we'll be looking forward to our 2024 season. Registration will tick up in the fall.
Okay.
We usually open up October 1st, so we can get ready, get uniforms ordered, get coaches in line, and have everything prepared for the kids by the time January kicks around and Christmas is over.
Awesome. Who's the team to beat in Little League? Are you guys on the same team?
No, I'm in
rarely.
Can't put you guys in the same
I'm in AAA and they're in AA.
I think sometimes some of the people on the travel team be on the same team. Like I've had, I think 2 teammates on the travel team that were with me.
Okay.
3?
Mm-hmm.
Are you counting reserves?
No.
Including me? Tristan McCain.
And Peyton.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fine. It helps for when you are representing the team as a national team and you have players from the respective leagues, right? That makes it much more comfortable. At least you know those players as well, and you know their strengths and you know their weaknesses as well, right? Okay. So how's the league coming along? How was it last year? Who won?
Anchor up.
Your team.
7 Mile. Is it 7 Mile? Yeah.
Yes.
Your team won.
They beat us
7
in
Mile
the.
Media.
They beat me in the semis.
Okay. How did that showdown go?
Pretty good.
I pitched 4 innings.
He's like pretty good, of course.
He hit 1 home run over the fence. I hit 2.
Okay.
I pitched 4 innings, 1 run off me, and
They each hit a home run off each other.
Yeah.
Which
Oh
was
wow.
And Big T also hit 1 off of him.
Do you coach in the Little League? Or you
I
just
do,
up
yeah.
there? Okay.
Yeah. I usually sign up as an assistant coach
Okay.
during the Little League just because I have other responsibilities.
Right.
So that way, if I do need to be pulled away, it's kind of not taking away from the kids, so to speak. I always make sure they have somebody there to work with them. And I get pulled away quite often. So.
Okay.
But yeah, it'd be hard pressed to. I mean, even when he gets older, I'll probably still be out there.
Yeah.
Like, I'll claim somebody else's kids as my own, like I've done with these guys as it is already. So.
I think usually the team that's always probably to beat would be Harneys because they're always I have never seen them not out there like in the league.
And I mean, in AA, I mean in the past they've been better, winning mostly every championship, but AA they haven't. I mean, last year they did good. But this year,
I've never not seen them in the league. They've always been there every time I
that's good.
join.
Good representation. Yeah.
Yep, and great community sponsors that have been with us for a long time.
The Harneys.
Yep, yeah.
Okay. How many teams are there in the league?
Well, overall through all age groups, we had 39 last year.
Wow.
So in AA, which is where Keon and Michael played, and that's 11 and 12-year-olds, there were 4 teams.
Okay.
Elvis, like you mentioned, was in AAA. That's 13 to 15. There were 3 teams in that division.
Okay. And is there like an A team, or you just do double and triple A?
No.
What are the
So
other
it goes. So starting at T-ball from 4
Okay.
to 6, and then it goes Pony is 7 to 8, and then Single A,
Well, that's the
which you're
cute
asking
division.
is 9 to 10-year-olds. That's when they first start pitching to each other. So as with each stage, they're adding another element or two of the game and learning a little bit more as they age with us. So.
Okay. And there's a senior league as well.
Yeah, we did have a senior league this year. It was 16 to 18-year-olds. That's the numbers are a little bit more limited, so they spend a lot of time training. We have a few of those guys that play for different travel teams in the States.
Okay.
So they'll go, usually starting in May, they'll travel up for weekends and get together with their teams there.
Okay.
So, overall, last year we had 25% growth in our numbers. So we had over 500 kids.
Right.
And I'm expecting, I think, fairly similar growth again this year. And then next year, I think, is when it gets interesting, when all the COVID babies start showing up to play T-ball with us.
Of course.
So
that's going to be cute.
Looking forward to that. It's been a blessing, like I said, to be able to do what I love and kind of grow with the league. And I think we're in an exciting time for Cayman Islands Little League with what these guys have accomplished abroad and bringing the light to the program there. But I think what was really amazing was watching these guys, and like I said, the 5 guys that aged out last year. Elvis was the one that didn't, that was still in AAA, but they all had really good seasons. So it was nice to see as coaches that, this is part of the reason we were doing this, is not just for these guys to have the experience, but to develop the league as a whole.
Right.
And like I said, to give the opportunity as we go down to the younger generations too.
Do girls join you all as well? And
yeah, absolutely.
On this particular trip that you just went on?
We didn't have any girls with us on this trip. No.
Okay.
We last year we did have a girl that was on our team. Unfortunately, just had some passport issues, so she wasn't able to come with us. The Jamaica team this year, I think they had 3 or 4 girls on each of their U12 and U16, so that was great to see.
I think some of their U12s were playing U16, definitely.
Yeah, they were playing.
And there's a U16 girl that was striking out a lot of people.
Okay.
Yeah.
One of their best things, they could throw strikes.
This is Jamaica?
And this is
Jamaica,
their
definitely
first
coming
year.
off, never coming. Sorry.
And this is their first year playing baseball.
Oh, wow. Well, that's
They were
interesting.
strong.
They were strong. Yeah, they've been grooming them from a long time.
Definitely
preparing
athletes.
them for this tournament. Okay, that's interesting. So, would we be taking, or do we have the capacity of like girls to take to a U12 team to Bahamas next year?
We have the capacity where there's girls that are playing baseball with us that
Yeah.
certainly have the skill set to try out and make a team.
Yeah.
I think right now our girls softball program, which is 11 to 18 years, that's a big focus of ours right now, is trying to grow that program. Since I moved here in 2015, we've always had 3 teams in that division, and with that age gap, it doesn't actually cause any issues. The program's been run very good. I think the girls that have come through at 11 and now are 18, recognize, and they all, it's one big happy family there. They kind of, the 18-year-olds treat the 11-year-old like it's their little sister, and they're teaching them the game and the ropes. But this last year we had 4 teams for the first time, so that was very exciting for us because we really feel like there's so many female athletes on this island, and it's just getting to them, reaching them, getting to see the opportunities that softball could bring them.
Right.
It's not necessarily just the track and field, the swimming, basketball. That there are other opportunities.
And college softball is huge.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Do we have any athletes here that are representing in the U.S.?
Not that I know currently. I know we have had in the past.
Yeah.
Like one of our coaches, Jessica Pollock. I know she pitched in Florida University, so. She's a good asset to have with, being able to teach the girls and having that experience of not just playing abroad, but playing at that level.
Yes.
And I think that's ultimately myself, everybody on our staff, that's where we'd like to get back to. I think there was an era in the 90s where we did have some guys go off and play in college, some girls go off and play in college. So that's what we want to get back to. It's that creating the opportunity, whether it's scholarships, getting into a school.
Right.
Because I think we know as much as most of us want to be professional athletes as we grow up, that the odds of that are unfortunately slim.
Right.
But there's so many other opportunities that just getting into the door of a university can give, and I think I'm sitting proof that there's still ways to be involved in the game that you love, and be able to coach your kids and coach other people's kids and still go on in life.
Is your specialty like under 12, just the young ones, or you coach the older kids as well?
No, before I came here, I was a high school coach back in California, so it was a little bit of shock to me when I first started with these guys in T-ball, because I was going with my high school drills and had to blow everything up. And what do you mean you don't know how to throw yet? So it's been a growth process for me.
As well.
Like I was learning with them at first and had to go home and do a lot of research and like, okay, how do I teach 4 and 5-year-olds now? I've never done that before. So I wouldn't say I have a specialty. I love teaching the game. I think I've been blessed with the people I have around me too, the other coaches that help out. Like I'm sure you're familiar with Mr. Cribb, who's been coaching with us for a long time, and it's we all learn from each other on a daily basis. It could be great where I've already learned that my son and I have our limitations now that he's getting older, and when we go through the league, I actually tell our other coach that he's yours during the season.
Yeah,
he's your kid, he's your player, so you coach him, and I'll work with everybody else.
He probably likes that as well.
I don't even know if he pays attention to it, but it's you learn those things, and as coaches, sometimes I may have a great relationship with Keon, where if he's having a rough time, I can go talk to him, and it just hits immediately. But another coach may not have that same tick, so pick things up from each other, whether it's drills, how to work with the kids.
Are there any difficulties when coaching your own child?
Oh, absolutely.
What are some of the challenges? And I want to hear from you too, and from your side as well.
Oh, now you're really giving it to us. No, there are challenges. Absolutely, and I would say any dad will probably agree to that. And you're shaking your head. I'm sure your dad's probably said the same thing. But it does, because it's kind of drawing that line, right? Is what's the difference? Are we at home? Are we on the field? And that's one thing I actually probably learned for the first time this year. It was one of our assistant coaches that's younger than me that I forget what it was he was reading or saw, but it was. You're the coach on the field, but the second you walk off, your dad in the car.
Yeah.
And you got to change your tone on how you talk about the game, what happened in the game. So that's been a learning experience for me, was trying to kind of getting to figure that out. But I can tell one quick story from the tournament that just happened, where I had to say I would have been proud of any of my players for doing it. I think I was proud of him for doing it, but there's one moment I admit where I didn't agree with a strike that one of the umpires called, so I made some comments. And he called me and just shushed me.
Okay.
And it was, I think at home I would have looked at him and just like, "What, are you shushing me right now?"
Yeah.
But on the field, that was something as a coach. I was like, "Yeah, we teach you guys not to say anything to the umpires. We accept it that not every call is going to be perfect or go the way that we want it." And
yeah.
So I don't know how many people I've told that coming back. It was like, that was one of the highlights for me. And again, I think it could have been either one of these guys to do it to me, but
but the fact that it was him,
yeah,
it hit differently.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. What about you, Michael? You want to share your experience with being coached by your father? What's that like for you?
It's definitely helped me a lot from having to be able to be coached at home and having somebody that definitely knows how to play the sport and help me whenever I want to play catch or go to the fields. I obviously have access to that, as long as all of them do, and it just helps me a lot, but also can sometimes be hard with your dad coaching, because there's a lot of pressure on you as long as he's coaching and he's there. Especially seen that from a lot of other coaches with their kids playing. They've always got that pressure on them, and it's also weird because your dad sometimes yells at you in front of all your friends, and you're just like, and you go back to your friends and he's like, "He's so annoying right now." But you just do it sometimes, and you learn to stop doing it.
Yeah, I remember those days. Yeah, it's a good learning experience. It's good that you observe that as well. It's the same. My dad was a coach as well, so I had the same pressures as well. So I totally understand. And I also knew that they got to talk to you the same way they got to talk to the other kids. Sometimes my dad was harder on me because, other kids are looking in and they're watching to see how he deals with me, his own child, on the team, on the national team at that, How did you get here? Did you get here because of who your dad is? That kind of thing. And we go through a lot of that.
I've been asked that before.
Yeah, it happens, right? And no, I did not. I've qualified just like he did, and she did, and she did. That's how that goes. But it's a very interesting topic we could take on some other time. We're going to take another break, and when we get back, we'll talk a little bit more about Let's get back into the camps, because there are other questions that I have about the camps. All right, so stay tuned. We'll be back with more Sports Extra in a minute.
For the record. For information that matters to you, the people. Hear from the government, the opposition, independents, and other experts on issues and solutions that affect you. For the record. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, tune into 89.9 and 93.9 FM for Cayman's Straight Talk Morning Show. For the record.
I invite you to join me for the record. You are invited to be a part of this interesting and informative show. Embrace the opportunity to dialogue with your legislators, policymakers, and those charged with policy implementation.
For the record. Brought to you by
Coca-Cola. Available across the Cayman Islands from Tortuga Distributors.
Accept no substitutes. Taste the feeling with Coca-Cola.
Looking to grow your business? We got this. Yellow Media Group has a proven track record for successfully marketing over 10,000 businesses on the web, expanding our customers' reach and providing measurable results. With the Caribbean's largest team of certified digital consultants, we handle everything from website development to search engine marketing and much more. So don't worry, we got this. For a free consultation, contact Lee Hipkins at 936-1981.
Hello, Cayman. If you have been chosen for the STEPS National Health Survey, thank you so much. But we still need your help. 1,000 more people need to participate in Step 3, the final step of the survey, to ensure that our data reflects the whole population of Cayman. We cannot do this without you. Help us shape Cayman's healthcare services. Say yes to Step 3. For more information, contact the STEPS team on 936-4969 or email mhwsteps@gov.ky.
We are now in the hurricane season, and to survive a hurricane, you need to be informed. If you have been informed by official sources that a hurricane is approaching the Cayman Islands, and you live in a low-lying area that is prone to flooding or near the beaches, which may be swept by high tides or storm waves, please seek a safe place and high ground. If the only way for you to get to a safe place is a road that is also likely to be flooded during a storm, please leave home early. Don't run the risk of being stranded. This has been a public service announcement from your community station, Radio Cayman.
Shaken yet standing firm. This is Radio Cayman in the Cayman Islands.
Alrighty, thank you so much. Welcome back to Radio Cayman Sports Extra, and thank you to those that are tuned in listening to Sports Extra at this time. And we're here with our little leaguers, and we're talking softball, right? So there's a camp coming up. There's a baseball.
Both.
What's the difference? Explain to the people what the difference is. Different ball, besides the fact that there is a different ball.
Yeah, that's going to be your most noticeable difference. Is a baseball is smaller than a softball. A softball is by no means soft. I've never understood the name of that one, but the biggest difference on the playing field is in baseball the pitchers throw overhand, and in softball the pitchers throw underhand.
Okay.
So other than that, the game itself is almost identical. There's some different strategies within it, but other than that, it's still 3 outs, 3 strikes, 4 balls.
Okay, awesome. So the camp. What can parents expect for their athletes when they come to the camp?
With all of our camps, 2 things that parents can expect is one, their kids are going to learn some baseball fundamentals. What we do is we rotate every day. We typically start off on Monday with batting. That's every kid wants to put a bat in their hands and hit a ball. And then we rotate through the week. So to go from hitting to then working on fielding and defense. So we start off every morning, we go from 8 to 10, and that's our focus. So like today with the 5 to 8 year olds that we have with us, we did defense, so we worked a lot on fielding ground balls. We start them off barehanded, so without the glove, and then work our way up to the glove and just getting kind of those basic skills, and then how to go through the ball and throw the ball to first base to try and get somebody out. And then we try to build little games within those skill sets. So as they learn to do that, then we teach them how to properly run to and through first base. And then they have a game in teams of trying to throw each other out with the defensive skills and the base running skills that they've done. And then with all of our age groups, and these guys can attest to it, we always end our day with a very fun game that we call backwards baseball. So we reverse the field. So instead of home plate being home plate now becomes second base, and our backstop is kind of our stadium. So these guys have a lot of fun doing it. I don't know if half the time they realize that there's a rhyme and reason to doing it. We know it's fun. But again, they're doing that barehanded. They're going through the scenarios of the game, the situations, and learning that what we call the baseball IQ. So that knowledge that you were talking about, the bottom of the hand to the top of the hand. And then with the older guys, we all sometimes also make it to where they can't hit home runs. So then they're also focused on hitting line drives and putting the ball on the ground, not in the air. So there's some different skill sets that we still build in. And then the second thing outside of the skill set is that our kids always have fun.
Right.
One of our assistant coaches, Coach Arvin, is, he's not quite 30 yet and is just a ball of energy. He played for the Filipino national team.
I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. I don't know how many times, counting the kids, even when we're in the Bahamas, I'd be like, how do we have 15 kids? We only brought 14. I'd be like, Arvin, it's Arvin. You got to stand up. But he brings a lot of life to the program. Right. The kids all know him from camp, from wherever, and it's, he's a recognizable smile at our facility. And I think every day our kids leave a little tired, which is good. I tell, especially with the younger ones.
Well, the parents appreciate that more.
They're ready for lunch and a nap.
Yeah.
But they have fun, and I think that shows. We have, I'd say, probably 85, maybe even 90% of our kids that are in camp are repeat campers. Okay. So we have them, not just twice. They come to us in October. They come over Easter, so they're with us a lot.
Is it full day?
We just do half day.
Just half day?
Yeah.
So 8 in the morning to noon?
8 to noon, yeah.
Okay. What's the best thing or your favorite thing at camp so far?
Have you guys done it before?
I've done it like once or twice.
How about you?
Twice, I think.
I've done it, especially helping out with the little kids, especially because he kind of forces me to do it sometimes.
Oh, come on.
Mom today literally said, we can force you to do it. Because she got mad that I didn't go.
Don't sell your daddy out on the air.
You're selling out Mom even worse.
I know, right? So you guys didn't do camp this year?
Okay. I did.
You did. All right.
Yeah,
What's your favorite thing?
Definitely, since I'm in walking distance, sometimes if I don't feel like waking up too early, I just get up and go to the backwards baseball. Definitely fun because I get to hit home runs over the fence sometimes because Coach Arvin just allowed it to be hit over the fence.
Okay.
And it's definitely fun to just play with your hands and throw the ball.
Awesome. Do you all have any favorite baseball player that you look up to?
Yeah.
Or athlete? Any particular athlete that you look up to?
Elvis, you go?
A lot.
I want to hear from you. I don't want to hear your a lot answers. I want to hear who you like.
There's
on, Elvis.
one person in particular that I actually look up to. He doesn't play. He's played baseball, and he's played basketball, which is Michael Jordan, and also Kobe Bryant because, as you know, a Mamba mentality where you push yourself, and you don't give up easily, and you strive to your goal, just like we did this year at the tournament.
Awesome, I like that.
I personally like Mike Trout, the center fielder for the Angels.
Okay.
He's got the same name as me. His real name is Michael Trout, but he goes by Mike. Just like his personality, how he plays, he's gonna be guaranteed Hall of Famer, in my opinion. He's one of the best of all time, if not the best.
No, you disagree? Well, not even one of the? No?
Maybe.
Okay, but that's why he said that. He said one of the, he didn't say the best.
Who do you think?
Honestly, I look up to a lot of people, but mostly just like coaches and stuff, or anything in general, because it's the only way they, that's what pushes me mostly.
Okay. Oh, excuse you. So you don't have a favorite baseball player?
I have a lot, but not really. I don't lean.
But you play
towards
several
one.
different sports as well.
Yeah, so I don't really lean towards a person.
You all do, actually.
Yeah.
Okay. Very interesting. Okay. So why did you take part in camp this year? You had a lot of track and field competitions that you went, which is what I was supposed to talk to Coach Ian about, who did not show up tonight. Coach, I'm putting you on blast.
Dad, who's your favorite player? I think I can guess him, in my opinion.
Let's hear from Dad. What's your favorite player? Who's your favorite player, I should say?
So, I mean, mine's changed over. When I was their age, like I said, I grew up in California, so I grew up a Giants fan, still am to this day. And their first baseman, Will Clark, was my favorite player when I was younger. As I got older and started playing more, I was an outfielder.
Okay.
So I started following more guys that played my position.
Right.
And didn't necessarily have to be on the team that I liked.
Right.
But my favorite player as I went into high school and things like that was Torrey Hunter. He came up with the Twins, played a little bit with the Angels and the Tigers. So it was, watching his play style, and they used to call him Spider-Man for some of the catches that he would make. So that was a lot of fun watching him. And
awesome.
I think now I like watching a lot of guys play. I like, watching the guys that you still see the kid in them.
Right.
Like Francisco Lindor is one of my favorite players right now, and his nickname Smiles.
Yeah.
So it's you just see it that that's somebody that is grateful to be playing a kid's game and making the money that he does to do it.
Awesome. All right. So before we head out, let's talk a little bit about the tournament that's coming up in October.
Mm-hmm.
How do you guys would need sponsorship for that tournament in Florida? How's that coming along? Are you want to pitch anything? You have anything out there you'd like to?
So it's not coming along yet. We haven't really started.
Yet?
Like I said, I think earlier we haven't even really mentioned it much to the guys. We're still trying to get just all the details in, how we're going to do it.
You're going to start now. Start tonight.
That was we wanted to start yesterday. Yeah. But as far as sponsorship, we definitely will be reaching out to the community and trying to help get some funding to get these kids off island again, and hopefully build on what they just accomplished. The hope is to also bring a U15 team, so it's
awesome.
Going to be twice the funding that we need to help out. I'm sure we're going to rely on parents to put some skin in the game too to help us all get there. And I say that as a parent, as one of the players myself, as we're already trying to figure out how to budget everything and make sure that we're able to go if he makes the team. And I think we're really eagerly waiting everybody to get back from vacation. I think we had 5 or 6 of our players that were back at the airport on Wednesday, heading out with their families, which is completely understood. We all, want to get off island and visit family or have a nice trip. But we were actually just talking about it today. How do we get the kids out training? Maybe not still doing the formal tryout yet, since not everybody's here, but still having the field access and the coaches, of course, out there, because we basically live there anyway. So.
Right. Okay, are you guys excited for that tournament?
Yes, Mom.
Yeah. Yes, Mom. What are you looking forward to most?
Definitely playing against my home country.
Yeah.
USA.
Yeah.
I want to see how they've done. I've seen highlights of them. Their U12 team, I don't know if that's their one that's going to come, but I've seen them winning a lot of games.
Yeah. I want to see, since Michael knows a lot about them, I want to hear more from him and just learn more and, experience what other teams also show.
All right.
Just gather more experience and get better.
All right.
And to see what kind of competition around the world that I could possibly, or the team could possibly go against later in life.
Awesome. I like that. Very smart young man.
Thank
Got
you.
your head on your shoulders. Coach, good job. Good job.
Thank you.
Any last words before we head out? Thank
To
Mom, Dad. No, thanking Mom and Dad. You got to thank them,
To all the
it's
people.
not easy juggling all these different sports that y'all play.
To all our parents for coming out, supporting us, bringing water, snacks.
And cheering so loudly.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Could be just a tad bit embarrassing, but still.
Just a little
Just
bit.
a little. All right.
Yeah, and I think for all of them, I'd like to thank you as well, Miss Dionne, just for having us on again. And this is 2 years in a row, and I know we were checking in with each other the whole tournament, so we're on buses and stuff, and I'm telling them to be quiet because I'm sending something into the radio, and so they get excited, and they know that people are listening back home, and I think that means a lot to them while they're away, and it means a lot to us as a program having your support, and again getting the support from the community that we have as well.
Thank you
But
very
I
much.
also loved the fact that when we got back, we had a big round of applause from all of our parents that met us back up
Supporters at the airport.
Yeah.
Awesome. I'm so happy that happened. That's
Even
such a wonderful feeling.
Even the people that didn't know we were out there, they started.
They started gathering. Okay.
Yeah,
awesome.
it was great. A lot of our YMCA staff showed up that were able to come and cheer the kids on and let
Very
them know
good.
what they accomplished. It was a good homecoming.
Awesome. Wonderful. Thank you all so much for stopping by. I wish you all the best in your sport. Keep a positive mind. Don't give up. All right? All right, so that's it for tonight's edition of Sports Extra. Of course, if you'd like the opportunity to be a part of our show, please email me at sportsextrakman@gmail.com. You can also check out our Radio Cayman Sports Extra Facebook page to keep abreast of all sporting activities that are held here on island. You can also log on to Radio Cayman's YouTube channel for tonight's edition of Sports Extra. I'm your host, Dionne Anglin. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you all for coming by. Good night and God bless.
Sponsored by Pizza Boat. Now open in Queens Court on West Bay Road. Pick up or delivery. Call 949,000 or order online at www.pizzaboat.ky.
Don't forget to like us on Facebook at Radio Cayman Sports Extra.
You know, as a coach, I thoroughly agree. The athlete has just qualified for the World Championship on the biggest stage in the fire.
The guys we've been training for the last 5 months now, so they're in the real highest spirit that they can do well.
It was really infectious. I mean, for a 4-day meet with 2 sessions each day, that's pretty exhausting, and these kids were just rocking the whole weekend, so